Hey, what's going on? This is Dr. Roddy Ferguson. I want to provide you with just a quick piece of information and some knowledge, if you will. I've had the opportunity to sit inside of the internet landscape, um, man, richly for the past, I would say 22 years in a rich format, but longer than that. And I've seen a lot of people come and go in terms of information and the quality of information they provide on a lot of different topics. And I see some of you all who digest this particular material, uh, and I'm thankful that the people provide the material. I'm thankful that you all get to digest the material. But the problem sometimes is this: when you've never eaten at a high level restaurant, you can't tell the difference between McDonald's and Ruth Chris. You can't tell the difference between Chick-fil-A and eating at Lawry's Steakhouse. Um, all you know is that you're hungry. You have a hunger and you have a thirst for information, and you get on the internet and then you get fed. And I have no problem with you being fed, nor do I have a problem with people feeding you. I do respect the McDonald's, the Wendy's, the Burger Kings, the Chick-fil-A's, and the Taco Bells of the internet informational space as it pertains to martial arts and more specifically judo. However, as you consume things, remember that sometimes you can consume information and your hunger can be quenched, but the nutritional value is low. So you could actually eat something and consume something and take something in and feel that you've been full. But then when you go try to implement that thing, the micronutrient value is low, even though the macronutrient value is high. Calorically, in terms of the information, is high, but in terms of the quality of the magnesium and the vitamin C and the vitamin D uh, and the things that you need in order to function, uh, those things are low. And here's what I'll tell you: when you're watching videos on techniques, and you're watching videos specifically in the realm and area of grip fighting, you got to make sure that you're looking at got to make sure that you understand what you're watching. Some of you all think that you're watching the program, and what you're watching is the executable file. Meaning, when you go to the store and you play and you buy a video game, you're not buying the program. You're buying the executable file from the programmer. They're giving you a way that you can play the game. What you're learning are tactics that come from a certain strategic framework. If you don't understand the strategic framework, then all the tactics that you have, they don't really fit together. That's not to say that those tactics don't work. Those tactics will work on various levels, but understanding where that tactical play comes from and how those tactics are implemented and the strategic framework from which it comes from is the most important thing. That way, when I'm inside of a match, I'm not all over the place like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to do this particular grip to do this throw and put my hands here to do this technique and to put my hands here to do that technique. No, I understand the strategic framework for action and where my particular throws and attacks occur within that particular framework. And I understand the weaknesses of that particular framework and the strengths of that particular framework so that if I need to change to another framework, I can. If I come out and I'm working in a certain type of Mongolian grip system because I know I need to be close to this person, I don't want to be far away. I got, I'm shorter, I got better hips, more power. I understand all the things that occur within that particular strategic framework for action. Or I can utilize the catch gripping sequence, or I can utilize the cross gripping sequence, or I can use a standard lapel sleeve or sleeve lapel type of judo. Whatever it is, I need to understand how to do it, when to do it at a more advanced level, not at the beginner level for the kids. why I'm doing it. At the kid level, you just need to do it because somebody told you to do it. Now, the person telling you to do it should know why they're telling you to do it. There's a richness to the process of grip fighting education that a lot of people do not understand. I was just teaching in here about the three most important things in the process of grappling and judo. And the three most important things are position, position, position. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to give you an example where I see many people mess up. In the right versus right context, okay? Right versus right. Let's say the game plan is to post your left hand to the shoulder. If you move out and you shade a little bit to the right when you post the left hand on the shoulder, you're not going to stop anything in the right person's hand. It's still going to come over top. If you move straight and you post your hand neutral, and you don't put your palm down, the right hand for the person is still going to come over top. If you move to your left and you punch properly to the shoulder with your left, but your hand is neutral, the right person's hand is still going to come over the top. If you move to the left and your left hand is on with the palm down, but you turn your head slightly to the right instead of to the left, the person's right hand is still going to come over your back. So you can be in the right place doing the right thing, but out of position. Your feet can be out of position, your hand could be out of position, and your head can be out of position. But you think you're doing the right thing, and everything is wrong. Because if you don't step slightly to the left, put your palm down, and turn your head slightly to the left, it doesn't work. You don't get that information online in most places. I'm not going to get up and show you how to do it. I'm not. People pay me they pay me a nice sum of money to teach them how to grip. Like really good money. Because not only have I studied it, I know how to teach it. I don't care how many, and I'm not talking about anybody. I don't care how many, I don't care about your accolades or your background. I don't care about none of that stuff. I don't care about none of that stuff. I'm telling you right now that the art, the art of education and the art of teaching and understand how to disseminate and inculcate information in a palatable form so that somebody can receive it, digest it, and then regurgitate it is a skill set that I have honed over a period of time, and not just in the dojo, but also in the classroom setting. To understand pedagogy, to understand andragogy, to understand how to teach, to understand the information processing theory, to understand short-term memory, long-term memory, to understand when I'm teaching people who are on the spectrum, to understand when I'm teaching people who are not on the spectrum, to understand when I'm teaching people who have ADHD, and to understand people who don't, to understand how to dole out that information, to understand which learners are tactile learners, which learners are visual learners, which learners are audio visual learners, and then knowing exactly how to teach those particular people so that they get it. That's a skill set. I don't know everybody who has that skill set. I'm telling you that I have it 100%. And you need to learn how to teach it, not only in the dojo, but then you need to understand how to teach it in a distance format, because that's difficult and different too. The type of feedback loop and mechanism that you need to create. Yeah, I can get on here on YouTube and show a lot of grip fighting videos, and I have many online. But I don't know if the viewer understood it because we don't have a coaching relationship, and there's no feedback loop or feedback mechanism for me to correct. Now, if they're in the dojo, the feedback loop is shortened in terms of time. They can get it faster. If it's not, then I have to use video and talk and use video and talk and use video and talk. And those things are fine too. It just takes a little more time. But you got to ask yourself, do I want to take the time to get it or not get it at all? Listen, here's what I got for you. For those people who want to bathe in a little bit more grip fighting information, You can go to www.gripfighting.com, get the information for 100% free. All right. If you'd like to increase your knowledge in those particular areas and purchase some things, you're more than welcome to do so. If you would like to work with me on a one-on-one basis, I have no problem with doing that. I got long-term coaching programs, short-term coaching programs. I'd be happy to work with you. I work with a lot of people. Um, when I'm capped, and I'm 49 now, and I don't overextend myself to the point where I can't get any rest at night. Going to sleep and recovering for me is a huge thing now. I'm not burning the candle at both ends like I was doing in my 20s and 30s. Um, with that being said, as I always close up my videos, I love you. God loves you best, and just be mindful. There's a huge difference between eating at Ocean Prime and eating at Taco Bell. And both fill you up when you're hungry, but the quality of the foods are very, very different. Be well.